Kyrie Irving doesn't owe anybody anything.
Not a thing.
Preach.
You buy that. You believe it. He doesn't owe anybody anything.
All right, I'm trying to help him sell it. What you mean buy it?
Who does he owe? Tell me who he owes.
Yeah, I'm listening. Jason Whitlock.
See, this is my whole problem with the modern millennial, the modern culture. We all buy into this narrative that we don't owe anybody anything. And I spend most of my day trying to repay the debts that I feel like I owe to everybody that helped me get here and stay here. And so this whole mentality of I don't owe anybody anything, this is not going to last for long or play forever with NBA fans. This mentality of I don't owe anybody anything. Okay.
Context matters. And look, if
that is a mentality. I don't owe anybody anything.
He doesn't. Not in terms of talking about my contract status with organization. People were trying to use the fact that he said something to some season ticket holders earlier in the summer, and he committed to the organization long term, and now he's going back on those words. That's why we have contracts, because words don't mean shh. You know what I'm saying? Like, people change, things change, circumstances change. I can change my viewpoint.
I wanted not to interrupt you, but
do it.
Go ahead.
Who does he owe in Boston?
I'm listening.
Tell me who he owes in Boston. Now, listen, if he was with LeBron, which he was, and LeBron told him how to win, and the thing that happened with the situation with him and LeBron, okay, I owe him a better explanation. Things should have been better. But tell me who he owes in Boston, where Danny Ainge, I love you, Danny Ainge, Danny Ainge is for that franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So if he ships him out like he did Isaiah, and what's best for that franchise, I don't owe you not one thing. I'm worried about me and my family.
My belief is that all the players, not just Kyrie, but all the players owe the game something. And there used to be a mentality about sports, I want to leave the league better than what I found it.
Ooh, I got something for you.
And I think this mentality of I don't owe the game anything and I'm just going to do what's best for me, I just don't think it works well in the long run.
Marcellus said it. The context. Is Kyrie Irving known as a lazy player? No.
Not at all.
Kyrie Irving, in the summertime, do Kyrie Irving work his hardest? That's paying the game homage. That's what you do. You work hard so I can be able to, when people sit down and watch me, whether it's TV or inside or courtside or whatever it is, I pay. I'm being respectful to the game. But when it comes to my decisions, just like Anthony Davis or whatever it is, when it comes to my decisions, who do I owe?
You don't owe anybody.
I don't owe not one person nothing.
Not any of his teammates currently.
I'm working
not the
hard.
coaching staff, not Danny Ainge. I'll tell you why. Danny Ainge, last year, were you adamant when the conversation started to become an uproar about the Celtics are better without Kyrie Irving? Big question mark throughout the playoffs because they were winning without Kyrie Irving. And Kyrie Irving sitting there on the sidelines at times. And meanwhile, he's like, who's going to come to my defense and realize you guys are not better without me? It's just you're playing above your head. Second of all, you players, I love y'all, but Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, hey, Gordon Hayward, when y'all going to take the next step? Because I'm trying to show you guys love and put my best foot forward, but I'm not seeing it reciprocated. And to the people of Boston who are sitting there saying, hey, no, Kyrie, you can't leave us. Loyalty. This ain't Larry Bird. This is a dude who forced the trade to get there and may do the same thing to get out of there.
You haven't even been there a full year.
I mean,
what do I owe you?
I don't understand what I owe you in the contract status.
Again, y'all are former professional athletes. I'm a lifelong fan. And again, when I just look at the current NBA atmosphere and this mentality of I just want to be happy and wherever I can go to be happy, and just if I don't like it here and I don't know anybody, I don't know my teammates, I don't know fans, I don't know the city, I don't know the NBA, anything. They're creating an atmosphere and an environment, and I think a bitterness among fans that's going to undermine the NBA.
I have a question for you. Because a lot of times we say how sports mirrors life and it's a microcosm. And if it's really, truly reflective, how come in the real world everyone can move around freely and upgrade their situation without any anxiety or any backlash?
Well, a college student can't. A coach can transfer in 2 seconds. College student, you have to wait,
but
sit down.
when it comes to the athlete, collegiate or pro, Where's all the resistance coming from where in any scope, you could be a VP one place or a CEO one place, you want to move to another company? Not a problem in the world. Upgrading is suggested and encouraged. But in athletic realms, how come it's that kind of resistance?
Because the athletes are placed on a pedestal and rewarded financially at a very young age in a way that other professions just don't. And their actual contribution to society is so minimal beyond a few moments of entertainment that, again, their rules are a bit different than an executive that makes $150,000 a year at some company, has 2 or 3 kids that he may be trying to put through college. When he makes that move to go get $175,000 or $200,000, it's a little bit different than guys that are making $100 million at age 24 to 30 to 32. And again, the rules of the game, in order to keep that competitive balance and to keep the whole league healthy, there needs to be a bit more structure than just players decide, you know what, I ain't happy here, and I want to go play with LeBron.
The same athlete said, hey, I'm not going to cheat the game. I'm going to play the game, and I'm still going to be a superstar because only superstars really can demand this. However, where I play the game, remember, y'all forced me to land at this locale. You drafted me, which is synonymous with forced to play.
What if he wasn't
here?
that good? Would fans from Boston even bother? What if he wasn't that good?
If
they wouldn't care. Exactly. They would not care.
Yeah.
So because he's so good, it's not about him. It's about what you're doing to my franchise. It's basically saying what you're doing to me, my franchise. And if you leave us, then we're stuck.
He's compensated in a way that he should deal with some of this frustration.
He's dealing. He's giving 110% of working
He's on
out.
the phone right now trying to figure out where he's going to play next year or the year after. He ain't all in with Boston. He done played his cards.
But compensation,
he done let his cards in on
compensation is rewarding me for my work and services. It's not buying me. It's not buying my identity and choices and freedoms. It's not doing that. Because you know what? That's what the draft did. And then now, once I got freedom, free agency. Dang it. What is that free word?
Y'all don't see that from Jimmy Butler to Kawhi to Kristaps Porzingis to Anthony Davis. There's a virus being spread.
It's not a virus.
Are you kidding me?
Now, the guys you just named, I wish we had more time. The guys you just named.
Go ahead.
Anthony Davis, 7 seasons. 7 seasons. 23-41.
The first 3 of them, he was a baby and still in diapers.
Okay, 23-41, 29-38, 39-29. That's his first 3 seasons. After that, 24-37, 31-44, and 45-30. I'm out. 2 winning seasons? I need to go do something else. Kawhi Leonard. Okay, you know what? I don't want to be in San Antonio with bats no more. I want to get out of there. I want to do something else.
With who?
With bats.
Bats.
I don't feel like chasing bats. That nigga stuck in my braids.
And all those championships.
Yeah.
They were winning. Playing for the greatest
I
coach.
got some. I want to challenge myself
got one.
more now.
Kyrie got one, too.
I want to
He don't
challenge
want to
myself
challenge
more.
himself more. He
Now,
wants to
Jimmy
come home
Butler's
to
to me
LA.
is a little different. Jimmy Butler's a little different because I don't think Jimmy Butler's a superstar, and I like Jimmy Butler a lot. But the way his antics and the things that he does, that's him. But that's not an Anthony Davis. That's not a Kyrie Irving. That's not
It's a virus, man.
Nah.
You're looking at the early stages of a virus
I
that
hear
will
what you're saying.
continue to spread, and it's going to undermine the NBA.
It's called evolution. Look, in the 80s, the players were just excited to get those type of contracts. Remember, Magic Johnson, 25 years, $25 million.
Come on.
Lord.
Are we serious? Michael Jordan.
Then Jordan in the 90s was like, wait a minute. Not only am I going to get the max, but I'm going to get a 1-year deal so I can have freedom to keep leverage. And then now the players of today, LeBron, et cetera, and we go on down to Anthony Davis, they have the money, the power, the enlightenment, and now they're starting
They're
to demand it.
educated. They're
Thank you. It's
educated.
enlightenment.
That's
brother.
all it is. It's about your education.
And listen, it's great for the players. I don't think it's great for the league, and there will be a penalty to pay for this. And again, it may take 5-7 years for me to to have everybody, this group together again. And I'll be like, man, you were right, Whit.
No, I agree. It's not great for the model of the NBA. I agree.
Yeah.
It's not great for the model of the NBA because it's a suggestion that small market teams or teams you're not happy with are farm systems. We get it. It's not good. There's going to be certain destinations. But, hey, the Knicks were told yesterday that their star player didn't want to be there. And you can't get bigger in the NBA in terms of exposure and opportunity than in New York.
There hasn't been any superstar guys but Anthony Davis that have been in small market teams that so-called complained. Jimmy Butler,
LeBron James,
Paul George, Indiana Pacers, they're franchise. They're pretty good franchise.
Yeah, but he complained and quit and left. LeBron James quit on the Cleveland Cavaliers his first time around. You know it, and everybody else knows.
Hey,
you know
years.
Hey, now, if you don't stop this.
And he went to the championship.
Against Boston. Not talking about Boston the first time around.
Nobody would come there.
He quit.
You're not going to Cleveland right now to buy no pretzels or nothing.
Yeah, why you don't live in Indianapolis?
You're not.